Welcome to lower body foam rolling. Okay, so when you're foam rolling, you can really spend as much time as you want on this. So the purpose of this is just to give you, just to give your lower body kind of a once over and show you how to break up some of the fascia there, which will, help alleviate soreness and range of motion and all that good stuff. So I like to start at the hips. So what I'm doing is I've got this roller here. This is a pretty firm one. The firmer the roller, the deeper it's going to get into you. And first thing I like to do is just keep this leg straight and just kind of roll over that right glute about 10 times. Your children might get in the way, but that's okay. After I do that, I'll take the right leg and then I'm going to cross it over. What that's going to do is it's going to open up the glute and I can get into the piriformis. Usually, most people when they do this, you'll find that tight spot in there. Now when you find a tight spot, there are a few things you can do. Number one, you can just sit on that spot, for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can go longer than that if you want to, depending on how tight it is. You can also get a little side-to-side action going. You can kind of rock on the hip there. And you may not get it completely released in each foam rolling session, but it's going to help it regardless. The longer you stay on it, the more it'll help. From there, I like to work my way down into kind of the IT band, which is along the side of the leg, and that'll get into the quad and part of the hamstring as well. This is where it starts to get a little bit more painful. And what I'm doing here is before I sit on any one location, I just go up and down just to kind of loosen it up, break it all up a little bit. After I do that, I like to start above the knee. You don't want to go right on the joint. And then I'll just, again, look for those tight spots. Once I find one, and you'll find them here most likely, again, you can either just sit on it, you can rock back and forth. What I like to do here is bend the leg and then straighten it. And this movement really helps to break it up. And I'll do the same thing as I go on up the leg. For the purpose of time, I would say 30 seconds each spot. If you have more time to dedicate to it, then you can go longer, of course. Okay, from there, we're going to go to the calf, and there are a few ways you can do this. Number one, the least painful way is to just kind of roll across with your calves like this, and then find those spots and sit on them. You can turn the feet, rotate the hips externally, and get the lateral side of the calves. Okay. You can also go on the side here and get that tibialis. And then, if you want to really get in there, what you can do is stack the foot on top of the other one and then roll. And then for even more intensity, the hips, focus in on the hips here, raise them up off the ground, and then you got even more weight coming in on those hips, okay? And then I can add a little flexion here to the foot to work that out. I can do a little windshield wiper thing as well. Again, you're just looking for those tight spots. Last, and probably, in my opinion, the most painful is the quads. So I like to start with both legs at once, and I'll just kind of roll across this way, not focusing on one spot just yet. I'll turn the feet out, and that'll get on that inner thigh. This one hurts quite a bit. Okay, and then what I can do is stack the leg, and same thing, looking for the tight spots. Hold it when you find it, and that is a pretty good once over for the lower body. Again, you can go longer on each spot if you want, but if you're covering the low body and trying to go quick, you can get it done in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.